It could all be a one big happy family. Well, that's the indication coming in from Tamil Nadu political pot boiler after we've seen rift in the AIADMK faction post Jaya's demise. Now, peace talks are on. But this could be a conditional peace talk with Manargudi clan being sidelined at the least and booted out at the most, depending on a Paneerselvam camp plays their card. For now, former Chief Minister Paneerselvam has said that Sasikala camp has formed a committee to begin talks about uniting the party. We've just heard Education Minister Sengotian, who was in a meeting with TTV Dinakaran along with Food Minister and Forest Minister, talking about how merger talks were discussed with TTV Dinakaran, who's returned from Bengaluru after being denied permission by jail authorities to meet his aunt Sasikala. Meanwhile, also, Chief Minister E. Palnisamy and other leaders met at Dinakaran's residence as well, and we're given to understand that an announcement on the formula would be out soon. You have Education Minister Sengotian, who's confirmed that that formula will be announced only after talks with the Paneerselvam camp. Take a listen.
இருவருமே பேச்சுவார்த்தை என்பது நீங்கள் இன்றைக்கா நாளைக்கா என்று முற்றுப்புள்ளி வைக்க முடியாது. ஏனென்று சொன்னால் அவரிடத்திலும் செய்திகள் வர வேண்டும், எங்களிடத்திலும் சில செய்திகள் செல்ல வேண்டும். செய்திகள் இருபுறத்திலும் சென்றதற்கு பிறகு இரு அணிகளும் யார் பேசலாம் என்பதை முடிவு செய்யப்பட வேண்டும். ஏன்னா வீட்டில் ஒரு சின்ன பிரச்சனை கூட நீங்கள் எப்படி காம்ப்ரமைசன் பண்ணுவீங்கன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். நீங்கள் ஒரு இயக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற போது இயக்கத்திற்கு பேசுகிறவங்க அவங்க என்ன கருத்து சொல்லிக்க நான் கேட்போம். எங்கள் கருத்துக்கள் என்னன்படி அவர்கள் தெரிந்து கொள்வார்கள். அதற்கு பிறகு அவர்கள் யார் யார் வருகிறார்கள், நாங்கள் யார் யார் செல்கிறோம் என்பதை பின்னால் முடிவு செய்வோம்.
Rohin and Akshanatha joining us. They've been keeping close eye on what's happening. First, coming to you, Akshay. The meeting at TTV Dinakaran's house with Sengotian coming out confirming the merger talks. What's the inside story from there? What is the formula being discussed for a possible merger?
Well, Davina, Sengotian, who came out, he's a very close aide of TTV Dinakaran. Let me put that first. He came out and he said that they had briefed him about the development that happened yesterday, about how a discussion on both the factions uniting together and also displaying a united front for getting the party symbol, as well as to get the acceptance from the election commission that the AIADMK is now back to Form 1. But unfortunately, we also know that TTV Dinakaran, who had gone yesterday to Parapna Agrahara jail in Bengaluru to meet his aunt, unfortunately could not. And today, being a no visitors day at Parapna Agrahara, he has returned back to Chennai. And this is when all the latest developments have been briefed to him. Sengotian was here, Dindikal Srinivasan was here, Talavai Sundaram was here. All these senior party leaders have now taken a step saying that they will unite with O. Paneerselvam. And it needs to be remembered that O. Paneerselvam was the exact same person whom these leaders had said that they will never join hands with. So this is a vulnerable situation that these people are in, that they've decided to join hands. They know that TTV Dinakaran and Sasikala are not able to give them a strong united front, and a leaderless situation is what they're facing right now. And with the merger, they're expecting that their situation will be better off, and at least then the AIADMK will have a better face in the state.
The rift seems to be all water under the bridge that for now. But Rohini, what happens to the conditions? Now, do we see the Manargudi clan being sidelined or booted out? What about the political future and ambition of TTV Dinakaran?
See, what I've been understanding, especially from my sources, that O. Paneerselvam has said that he would agree to this merger on the condition that the Manargudi family would stay out of governance. Now, he's directly targeting Sasikala as well as TTV Dinakaran. Now, what we need to understand is whether there will be a call that would be taken whether she would continue as a General Secretary and TTV Dinakaran as a Deputy General Secretary. But this merger was inevitable for the simple reason that at the end of the day, both of them knew, be it Edappadi Palaniswamy or O. Paneerselvam, they knew they couldn't go the whole way all by themselves. So they will have to come together, but the conditions that are being put forward also is important. But let me also lay it out in terms of understanding what is the road ahead. Now, I'm joined by Mr. G.C. Shekhar, a very senior journalist, sir. Point is, what is it next? Would it mean that they will get booted out? Because is it that important? Because for the merger, to keep the two leaves together, to keep Amma's dream together, would it mean that they will have to take a call on the General Secretary and the Deputy General Secretary?
See, that is a condition imposed by the O. Pannirselvam camp. Okay, that is their only condition. I don't think they are even looking at Chief Minister's post or anything, but the first precondition is that the Sasikala family should move out of the AIADMK.
Practically, is it possible, because now that her essence, in terms of she has not given a handover, that I'm talking about Jayalalitha, so is it practically possible that the family can stay out of it, but because they want to be in power?
See, her general secretaryship itself has been challenged before the election commission. We don't know how valid that is. So when that issue is still hanging fire, and her appointment of Dinakaran as deputy general secretary, how valid that is, that question has also been raised. So under these circumstances, I think if the AIADMK has to get back its two leaf symbols, I think these two factions have to withdraw their petition before the election commission. At least the O. Pannirselvam group has to withdraw their petition before the election commission. They have to submit fresh affidavit that we are united together, and then they have to say that who is the new general secretary. So all that. So that is a very long process. That's a lengthy process. No election is happening now, so they don't need the two leaf symbol at present. What is happening is that both sides will appoint a committee, and it is going to play out through the week. Maybe it will spill over to the next week, because Dinakaran can meet Sasikala at Bangalore jail only the coming Friday. So he'll say, wait till Friday. That is, he'll try to buy time.
You know, that means... Okay, we'll try and fix up that audio connection with Rohini. But important point that this entire drama could play out till Friday. Senior journalist saying there that it's only on Friday that Dinakaran can meet Sasikala. He'll try and buy out time. But as far as AIADMK merger is concerned, who will be the next leader? Will there be a new chief minister elected? Will O. Pannirselvam get the bargain of leading the party if Sasikala is also sidelined in the party, if he doesn't accept her as a general secretary? Because that's the moot point where it started as well. Now, what could be the future of AIADMK, and will it match the MGR and Jaya legacy? Here's my colleague Shiv breaking it all down for us. Take a look. So we'll try and connect with Shiv in just a bit. But Akshay, taking this question to you, what are the possible scenarios emerging at this moment? Are we looking at another general secretary election on the cards for a merged entity, or will it be acceptable for the Pannirselvam camp to have Sasikala still holding the rein and carrying out the orders?
Well, Devina, there are a couple of scenarios that we can go through. Point number one is that O. Pannirselvam faction has been insisting that Sasikala Natarajan and the Manargudi family should stay away from the AIADMK political scenario, because former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha, whose close aide Sasikala was, had always made it a point to ensure that she's not part of the political scene. So the party doesn't want her to be in the helm of affairs is one. So there could be a possibility that a new general secretary might come in. And point number two is that when there's a merger, there are again possibilities and doubts raised by how O. Pannirselvam was one person who had started the criticism because of how he was removed from the chief ministership. So will this lead to another scenario where Edapadi K. Palanisamy will be requested to step down? Point number three is there's a possibility of a merger and the present government continuing to govern for the next 4 years in time. But that is one tricky situation, because O. Pannirselvam and his faction are people with very Mafai Pandirajan, O. Pannirselvam, all of these people are very good ministerial people. So that will be again a point of contention. Will there be a shift in the ministry? Will there be a shift in the chief ministership? All these questions will have to be seen. And will TTV Dinakaran and Sasikala be removed? That will also be one big question.
Absolutely. Akshay, be with me. Shiv is through with us now. Shiv, take us through the likely scenarios to emerge in the next coming weeks as well, and also how the turmoil in the AIADMK house is advantage DMK now.
Very rapid political developments taking place at this point of time in Tamil Nadu. But what are the scenarios for the AIADMK moving forward?
Shiv, I'll have to interrupt you. We'll try and fix up that audio line with you, some audio issue that we're getting. But here is the point. Now, once we're seeing the turmoil that's playing out with the midnight huddles, with the morning meetings, with the OPS saying that yes, merger possible. EPS camp also saying, yes, we are open for merger, but guess what? Sasikala and TTV Dinakaran still holding the key to that decision. How it plays out for the opposition parties in the state and most importantly DMK. We talk more about that. Let's take a listen into some more reactions coming in first.
Tamil Nadu situation is alarming. Things are developing fast moving, things are developing in a different direction. Situation is not normal. People in Tamil Nadu have always doubts about the fairness of the political parties functioning. Even the cancellation of by-elections in RK Nagar and the involvement and indulgence of the state government and various ministers, serious misgivings are there. So in the same way, the AIADMK and the Dinakaran and their approach to the political issues and the political party functioning definitely has created apprehensions among the people. Thorough probe is required on various issues.
All right, we've just heard the BJP side as well, which is watching the entire event unfold. Now, interestingly, we've also heard TTV Dinakaran yesterday crying political conspiracy, trying to blame the centre as well. India Today spoke to also the Finance Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayakumar, before he boarded INS Chennai. Jayakumar has denied all allegations of a secret meeting which was scheduled on board INS Chennai, according to sources. Take a listen.
There are reports suggesting that everyone has gathered here for some sort of a secret meeting. Really.
No. That is not a secret meeting. Purely yesterday, CM has dedicated this ship to Chennai. So based on that, the Major General, he asked what actually the Navy, how far dedicated to the nation, they are sacrificing life, that it should be seen by the MLAs, MPs, minister. So they actually asked the Chief CM. Based on that, all MLAs we send the invitations. So whoever get the invitations, they come and sit here. No, that is as what you said. No, that is a secret meeting. That is totally false.
So there are comparisons of this to Kuvatur.
No. It's totally false.
So after this, will all of you MLAs be coming together for a discussion on a merger?
It is totally pardon?
After this tour, will everyone here who's been asked to come here go ahead?
Yesterday we told clearly that OP is ready to talk. No, we welcome that speech. So based on that, no, we also stated that we are also ready. But all OP is ready means we together sit and we will discuss.
So they're all trying to sing the happy tune together. Let me go across to my colleague Rohini and Akshay. Both are with me at the moment. Both are outside TTV Dinakaran's house, where we've seen the Chennai churn in politics unfolding. We've heard Education Minister Sengotian after the meeting say that we want a united party, a new formula being presented to Paneerselvam camp. Rohini, first to you. Now, it is interesting what we're seeing. It seems to be the script that played out earlier in 1980s as well. Jaya and Janki faction split. They have the public mandate that swings in Jaya's favor. After that, within 2 years, the party comes together with the two-leaf symbol. Similarly, are we looking at, without the polls this time, much of a drama in the public? These two factions that are coming together, will they be able to enjoy the public faith, the tremendous following that one witnessed in the MGR and Jaya era as well, under whichever leadership they choose to contest the other elections in?
Well, Devina, you're right. In terms of fast forwarding from the 80s right down, if you see to 2017, we're seeing kind of a repeat of the situation, but there was a charismatic leader there. We're talking about MGR or Jayalalitha. This time, the charisma is missing because you have a split, but both of them, be it the person, one faction that is being led by Edapadi Palaniswamy, nor O Paneerselvam, they're not being able to take it as much or as far as they would want it to be. OPS has made his point. He has done what he has, what is called the Samadhi politics, going and sitting on Amma Samadhi and making a point saying,
yes,
he's the one who has been the person appointed by Amma to take the party forward. But definitely now things seem to have been a different ball game now. As we see today, we're talking about a merger. How does it pan out? And that is important to see. And how will it take place? Mr. Shekhar, you were just telling us about how this entire thing will work out. This needs to be now, they have to decide the modalities of how this merger may take place, and this is all for this one symbol, the two-leaf symbol. We have seen that there has been a criminal case that has panned out where there is a case against Mr. TTV Dinakaran that has been filed in Delhi. Now, the whole effort is to bring it together for Amma's dream of keeping the AIADMK together. Is it possible, and what will be the modalities?
See, the modalities have to be worked out by both sides. Both will appoint around 3-4 representatives, and they have to sit together and talk. So it's not going to be that easy. It won't happen in a day. Definitely it's going to pan out over the week. That much I'm sure, because Pannisalvam has to return from Madurai today, and then these people will appoint a committee, and then whatever formula they come up with, that has to be acceptable to Mr. Dinakaran.
Sure.
So if it's not acceptable, what happens?
But what happens is something which is going to be a long-drawn process, Devina. But it's again what we saw a few months ago, a wait-and-watch game.
Countdown is on that one, of course. Countdown is on, as Shekhar is pointing out. At least a week, we could see some final decisions coming out, some breaking news coming in at this point. Rohini, be with me, because this is where you've had the DMK, which is using the opportunity of the chaos in AIADMK, and this is what the working president of DMK is saying. MK Stalin going on to say, I'm hurt to see how the government has come to a standstill and how Tamil Nadu has become a battleground. MK Stalin, who's also earlier claimed during the trust vote that how his MLAs were forcefully evicted by the speaker, now making this statement. My colleague Pramod joining us. Pramod, the advantage DMK, is it, with the AIADMK showing a merger talk up front? Is this advantage DMK with Stalin now playing it up as well?
Well, Devina, before we go to the statements of Stalin, I have to tell you one more point. As this kind of turmoil and this political boiling was occurring at Team OMS and Team EPS, for the past 2 days, MK Stalin was visiting Marina in the night, and we also have photo evidence of him sitting over there, casually speaking with the people. Maybe this is a reflection as to how he is looking into the developments in the state. And as you mentioned, he said like the entire Tamil Nadu has turned into a battleground, a protest ground. People are protesting every day for every need, including farmers, men who work for everyday's labor, and still the government is not worried about it. Well, in any other government, when the ministers conduct a meeting to talk about the issues of the people, only in AIADMK they are conducting meetings to see who should be the leader of the party and who should be the leader of the government. And this is how the government has become. And not just that, his final statement says that this kind of government is not good for the people of the state of Tamil Nadu, nor even for the entire country.
Absolutely, Pramod. Absolutely. A state which is facing worse drought, a state where farmers have been protesting at the center in Jantar Mandir for over 30 days, demanding their rights as well. A state where citizens have seen roads cave in, infrastructure coming to a standstill. It's a state that Jayalalitha had built from the scratch, a model which was cited when one talked of developed states as well. What's happening to that? Where is the governance that was promised under the new regime as well? Going across to Rohini and also Akshaya, who's joining us. So Akshaya, what's the pulse of the people at this moment as they're seeing the drama being played out in the ruling party house?
Well, Divina, it was seen that most of the people in RK Nagar whom we were talking to a few days back were not so certain about which party to go with, because initially they started off with a pro-OPS scenario, and then after the campaigning started, the amount of details that they were giving about their support came out drastically down. And right now, again, from the few people that we have been able to talk to, most of them are not too happy about the way things are panning out. Pannisalvam was seen as a person who had moved out of the AIADMK and formed the real AIADMK, as they called, just because of the interventions of Sashikala and the Manargudi family. But now we are seeing that a merger between the factions and calling it a united front. They're very eager to know how it's going to develop. Will Sashikala and TTV Dinakaran continue being in AIADMK while the OPS faction is merged along? That will be one question that they're always looking at. So most of them are saying that that if that is the scenario that is reflected in the later part, then they will have their doubts on how O. Selvam is a leader that they can trust. That is one point. And secondly, most of the people are still confused about who is the real party, which party to actually support, because we see that the DMK is also portraying an equal stunt, and we are also seeing a lot of people's movement emerging. We saw the Jallikat movement, then we saw how the farmers' protest is going on, even in Jantar Mandir. Even today the farmers are protesting there. So the scenario is completely changing.
The real
People are
question
losing.
is not which party is AIADMK. It's not about the symbol. It is which leader is the people's leader after Jaya's demise. Now be with me, Rohini and Akshay, also getting the latest detail on the middleman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who was arrested in Delhi for allegedly receiving a bribe of 50 crore rupees, and he had claimed that he can get the two-leaf symbol for TTV Dinakaran's camp. Sources have told India Today that now there will be a joint probe between TTV Dinakaran and Sukesh. They will be grilled in Chennai. Delhi police may also take Sukesh to Chennai, and he's also revealed that Sukesh's 10-day stay in Delhi is under scanner. Sources in Crime Branch say a list of 10 people who met him has been prepared. Sukesh also met retired and serving bureaucrats and middlemen. He was using his network of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu bureaucrats to meet someone in poll panel as well. During his 10-day stay in Delhi, he also hosted parties for them. Two big Hawala operators of Delhi were in touch with him. They've also been identified. Remember, Sukesh was arrested after allegedly receiving a massive bribe from TTV to influence the Election Commission. He was arrested in another case. It was during the probe that these facts came to light. My colleague Ater is joining us. Ater, interesting development as the Delhi police is set to corroborate one narrative with the other, with Sukesh and TTV Dinakaran set for a joint probe. What are the details that you're getting from the strategy which is set to be used by the Delhi Crime Branch?
Well, that's right. You see, Sukesh has been a con man so far, but now this time around the Delhi police has sufficient grounds to prove that, you know, it is not just a con job. It's a serious business he was doing here. Since last 10 days he was staying at a South Delhi 5-star hotel. He met several persons. He also had connections with some Hawala operators. In the past, the cases I've seen is that he has conned people and he's fled, but this time the police has sufficient grounds, we are learning from our sources in Delhi police, to proceed against the Election Commission official, and it's a fairly senior level official, and that's why the Delhi police is not going to send its team to Chennai today, but we are learning that they might send their teams to other places like Bangalore, where he belongs to.
All right, so news striking around Sasikala's nephew. Thanks so much, Atar, for joining us. Is this end road for TTV Dinakaran? Is the only way to save the party is to now boot out TTV Dinakaran ahead of the merger?